relax, and let tonight's story be a balm for your mind. Key and Kawaii, the Art of Compromise. This story is about Pepe and Key, whose friendship helps them build a treehouse together by learning the value of compromise. Under the velvety blanket of twilight, the small village of Lumina started to glow softly as lanterns flickered to life. A helpless, curious human child with golden strands of hair and eyes that sparkled like the morning dew ran excitedly through the cobblestone streets. In the quiet forest surrounding the village, Kawaii, a shadow creature with shimmering blue skin and wings that tinkled like the softest chimes, emerged from her secret haven. Though they were from different worlds, Key and Kitty shared a magical bond. Their friendship was special, formed on a night when Key had stumbled into the forest chasing fireflies. Katie had been watching the fireflies too. In that moment, their worlds had intertwined, blending the extraordinary with the ordinary. One quiet evening, P and K decided to build a treehouse where they could spend more time together. Who imagined the treehouse as a whimsical castle, with towers reaching the stars. Kay, however, saw it as a serene sanctuary hidden among the leaves. The first challenge they faced was choosing the perfect tree. To Key, the tallest tree at the edge of the forest seemed ideal because it touched the sky. Sadie preferred the old, sturdy oak in the forest's heart for its quiet strength. After much debate, they decided to compromise and picked a tree that stood halfway between the village and the forest's core. Their next task was to design the treehouse. Key envisioned bright, colorful tapestries and many windows to gaze at the world outside. Kate preferred something more tranquil, with natural hues and fewer openings. They compromised by combining both elements, creating a treehouse that was vibrant yet serene. As they worked together, P and Kay learned the value of listening to each other's ideas and finding a middle ground. Their laughter filled the air, a melody of friendship binding them closer. After weeks of hard work, the treehouse was finally complete. It stood tall and sturdy, a perfect blend of peace, quiet, and Kate's serenity. From its windows they could see the twinkling lights of the village and the quiet beauty of the forest. They furnished it with treasures from both their worlds, cushions, cozy blankets, and imaginative drawings, and Kate's delicate feathers and glowing stones. That night, as they sat together in their shared sanctuary, P and Key realized that their differences had made their creation even more beautiful. Under the star-speckled sky, they made a promise to always value each other's perspectives and continue creating wonders together. Key felt her heart swell with joy as she drifted into sleep. Friday's wings gently wrapped around her like a comforting blanket. In their unique treehouse, they had discovered the true magic of compromise, a lesson that would stay with them forever. Another gentle tale is ready to be shared. Yuri and Primrose's Enchanted Forest Adventure. This story is about Yuri, a curious girl, and Primrose, a little explorer, who embark on a magical adventure through an enchanted forest, discovering its wonders and forming an unforgettable bond. Over the small village, surrounded by ancient trees, lived a curious young girl named Yuri. She had strawberry blonde hair and eyes that sparkled with curiosity. On one serene evening, Yuri wandered into the enchanting forest nearby. Each step she took felt like entering a magical realm. Trees whispered ancient secrets, and the air was filled with the fragrant scent of pine and wildflowers. As Yuri ventured deeper, she encountered a little explorer named Primrose, a small, luminous being who radiated warmth and joy. Primrose had shimmering wings and a gentle voice that sounded like tinkling bells. "Welcome, Yuri," Primrose greeted. "I've been waiting for you." Yuri's eyes widened in amazement. "Me?" But why? She asked. Because you have the heart of an adventurer, Primrose replied with a twinkle in her eye. Tonight, I will show you the wonders of this enchanted forest. Together, they began their journey through the forest, each moment more magical than the last. He crossed sparkling brooks where fish danced in the moonlight and walked through meadows that glowed with bioluminescent flowers. They discovered ancient trees with faces carved into their bark, telling stories of ages past. This place is incredible, Yuri explained. It's like a dream come true, Primrose smiled softly. This forest is alive with magic, Yuri. It reveals its secrets only to those who believe in its wonder. As they continued, they reached a clear, sparkling pond. In its depths lay the forest heart, a mystical jewel that kept the forest alive and thriving. This is the heart of the forest, Primrose explained. It's what makes our home so enchanting. Yuri gazed at the jewel in awe. It's beautiful, Primrose. Indeed, it is, she replied. Then tonight, it glows a little brighter because of your belief. Suddenly, a golden light enveloped the forest. What's happening? Yuri asked, feeling a surge of warmth. The forest is thanking you, Ray, Primrose said. You have brought joy and wonder. The forest does not forget such kindness. With a heart full of gratitude and wonder, Yuri turned to Primrose. Thank you for this beautiful adventure. Thank you, Yuri, for believing, Primrose replied. As they made their way back to the village, Yuri knew she would never forget this enchanted night. The forest, with all its magic and wonder, would always be a part of her heart. Let's explore a new tale, soft and warm. The Playful Adventures of Binta and Heather. This story is about the playful and heartwarming adventures of a young girl named Binta and a magical garden guardian named Heather, who together filled their enchanting garden with laughter and friendship. Once upon a time, in a quaint little village surrounded by lush green meadows, there lived a spirited young girl named Binta. Her golden curls and sparkling blue eyes, she was known for her endless energy and boundless imagination. Binta's favorite place to play was the cottage garden, a vibrant tapestry of colorful flowers, buzzing bees, and fluttering butterflies. The garden was magical, and that was not just Binta's imagination. In reality, it was protected by a benevolent garden guardian named Heather. Heather was a gentle, ancient spirit who had taken the form of a graceful fairy with wings that shimmered like deep-kissed petals. Heather watched over the garden, ensuring every plant thrived and every creature lived in harmony. One sunny afternoon, as rays of light danced upon the petals, Binta stepped into the garden with a giggle. Heather, let's play a game, she called out. Heather appeared in a glimmer of light, her presence like a soothing breeze on a summer's day. What shall we play today, Binta? Heather asked with a smile. Binta's eyes twinkled with excitement. Let's play hide and seek, she exclaimed. But this time, let's invite all the garden's creatures to join us. Heather clapped her hands in delight. What a wonderful idea! With a wave of her hand, she summoned the denizens of the garden. Ladybugs, bees, butterflies, and even a curious hedgehog gathered round, ready to play. Binta closed her eyes and started counting. 1, 2, 3. The garden came alive with movement as the creatures found their hiding spots. Heather fluttered to the highest blossom, blending with the petals. Ladybugs hid under leaves, bees buzzed behind flowers, and the hedgehog nestled into a cozy nook. When Binta reached 10, she began her search. She peeked under leaves, behind rocks, and inside blooms. Jiggling with each discovery, she found the ladybugs first, then the bees, and finally, after much searching, the hedgehog. But Heather proved to be the trickiest to find. After several rounds, Binta looked up at the tallest flower and saw the shimmer. "And you, Heather," she cried. Heather floated down, laughing. "You have a keen eye, Vinka," she praised. As the sun began to set, the garden glowed gold. Vinka and Heather sat on the soft grass, recounting the day's playful adventures. Heather said softly, "Thank you for these delightful moments, Vinka." The garden blossoms brighter when filled with laughter. Vinka hugged Heather tightly. "Thank you for being my friend and playing with me." As twilight deepened, Vinka's mother called her home. Left Way and Vinti knew she would return the next day for more magical adventures. And so, the garden continued to thrive, nourished by the joy and friendship of Vinta and Heather, a wonderful duo in a playful, enchanting world. Here's another peaceful story for tonight. Rose and Bellflower, a tale of safety. This story is about a girl named Rose and her new friend Bellflower, who venture into the forest, learn the importance of safety, and realize the comforting presence of family and friends. Once upon a time, in a tranquil village nestled between rolling green hills and the shimmering sea, there lived a kind-hearted girl named Rose. She had an enchanting bond with a lovely maid named Bellflower, who had the softest skin and vibrant blue spots that sparkled under the sunlight. Rosie's village was known for its breathtaking landscapes, and her days were filled with laughter, exploration, and learning about the world around her. Bellflower was not just Rosie's pet. He was her dearest friend and guardian, always watching over her with his keen eyes and gentle presence. Together, they ventured into the lush forests, where ancient trees whispered secrets, and babbling brooks sang lullabies. One sunny morning, as Rose and Bellflower were preparing for their daily adventure, Rosie's grandmother called out to her with a gentle yet firm voice. "Remember, Rose, safety is paramount. Always be aware of your surroundings and take Bellflower with you." Nodding earnestly, Rose assured her grandmother that she would be careful. She knew that her family treasured her deeply, and she didn't want to cause them any worry. As they walked through the serene woods, Rose couldn't help but marvel at the beauty around her. The canopy above filtered the sunlight into shimmering beams that danced on the forest floor. Colorful birds chirped melodiously, and the fragrance of wildflowers filled the air. It was paradise. While exploring, Rose noticed a narrow, hidden path she had never seen before. Curious but cautious, she looked at Bellflower, who blinked his large, trusting eyes at her as if assuring her it was safe to proceed. The path led them to a magical glade, where a crystal-clear pond shimmered like a mirror. Delighted, Rose knelt by the pond and dipped her fingers into the full water, sending ripples across its surface. Unbeknownst to Rose, the path they'd taken was seldom traveled for a reason. The glade, while beautiful, was home to a family of shy, nocturnal animals who did not appreciate daytime visitors. As the sun began to set, the animals started to awaken, and Rose found herself surrounded by glowing eyes in the twilight. Bellflower sensed the change immediately. He gently nudged Rose, urging her to leave the glade and return to familiar grounds. Rose, understanding Bellflower's concern, quickly stood up and began retracing her steps. The forest, which had felt welcoming during the day, now seemed a bit ominous in the fading light. She held Bellflower close, her heart beating faster. Just when Rose began to feel the pangs of fear, she heard a comforting sound. Her grandmother's voice calling her name. Following the voice, Rose felt an overwhelming sense of relief when she emerged from the forest and saw her grandmother waiting with open arms. Bellflower happily climbed onto Rose's shoulder, and she whispered a heartfelt thank you to him. Back at their cozy cottage, Rose's grandmother smiled warmly and patted her head. "You did well, my dear. It's important to explore, but always remember the value of safety." At night, Rose snuggled into her bed with Bellflower by her side, feeling grateful for his guidance and her family's love. As she drifted off to sleep, she knew that with Bellflower looking out for her and her family's wisdom, she would always find her way home. Thank you for listening. Rest peacefully tonight.